Hi guys, Corey here with Honor Ridge. Today's video is going to be on equipment. One of the evolutions we see in firearms training, or what we've seen over the last couple of years, is what we refer to as someone who is tactical. Somebody who goes and they buy hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars of gear and equipment and so on and so forth. And a lot of times I get students at my classes and I say, do you know what kind of gun you want to buy? And they say, yep, I want a Glock with an RMR and flared mag well and a threaded barrel and a 3.5 pound trigger and all this other aftermarket work done to the gun. And my next question is, of course, have you ever fired a handgun before? And generally the answer is, yeah, I shot one once 10 years ago. While all those pieces of equipment serve a very specific purpose and in the right application can absolutely enhance your tactical abilities, understand please that gear is designed to supplement your abilities. Alright, so you can be a terrible shooter and put a $10,000 scope on your pistol, and I don't know why you'd put a scope on a pistol, but just as an example, it's not going to make you a better shooter. It's your fundamental abilities that make you the shooter that you are. So adding optics or mag wells or whatever, you're going to see a nominal effect at best. And then consider this, you have to train for those additional features that you're working around. Extended slide release, flared mag wells, so on and so forth. That adds a whole different variable to your overall process from A to B. Simple is good, is what I tell people. Buy a gun, and in and of itself, the gun, maybe with the addition of some kind of night sights, Trijicons, or whatever your brand of preference is, that's what you should train yourself to work with. If you want to add holographic sights, you want to add whatever, remember, an RMR, it's a little miniature reflex sight if you're not familiar with it. All that is a holographic representation of your sights. So if you're terrible with your sights, you're just going to be a lot cooler looking and terrible with an RMR. It's not going to make you a better shooter. So the long-winded summary here is, insofar as gear goes, I emphasize to every one of my students, learn the core values of pistol craft. Use a gun with iron sights and stock features, and when you become proficient and comfortable with that, through training, exposure, and repetition, feel free to move on to that accessory market and add those additional variables to your platform to try and enhance your skill set. I'm Corey with Honor Ridge. Remember, practice makes permanent. Train hard, fight harder.